believing that he was going to get the election. That was why he agreed to go to the polls with them.
But you see,
but it turns out that they voted him out. It's right there.
But you see,
and you can match the video with his statement. So what do you get?
Let me explain to you. That statement itself, isn't it, is an unwise political statement.
Oh, Dr. Dogo, how come
absolutely.
Everything
if you are a politically smart person, you are not going to make that kind of a statement in the newspapers.
Why?
Do you know why? Because that statement can count against him for the rest of his life. Well, even in his state. It simply means that people who go to do business with him, who organize to meet with him, can also trick him into believing that this is what they are doing, when in the actual sense of it, they are doing the opposite.
Is politics not also about tricks?
Politics is not an issue of tricks. Politics is an issue of sagacity, of having the understanding and a sort of, how do I put it, like diplomacy. You can tell a person something, look, something so negative, but in such a manner that, look, the person will be looking forward to go to hell, and will be looking forward to go to hell. But you don't start doing it in that way. Let me give a typical example. When the ANPP decided, isn't it, foolishly, to allow their members to join the PDP government during OBJ, I said, I think in one of the discussions, that none of them will ever go back to the to the ANPP.
So they were tricked.
Did anybody
joining?
No. They were not.
They
tricked.
said it was government of national.
No. They were not tricked. They simply gave them an opportunity to serve.
They said it was
and within they lobbied them.
National unity.
Exactly.
That's what
and they lobbied them, and they joined the PDP. Do you see it? That is what. But they were not deceived.
Did they
Nobody
join
told them
the PDP, or they came for a government of national unity?
For
not
national
the PDP.
unity. They were not coming to join the PDP. But if in the process they found out that the PDP was a home to them, they simply resigned from ANPP and joined the PDP. That is political sagacity. But you don't go to tell a lie. Because what you are saying here is that, look, he is simply saying he was lying. Do you see it? And if you say you were lying, that this is what you are going to do, and you did the opposite, you are already exposing yourself in a negative manner.
Can the PDP, Mark, just a moment, can the PDP, with statements like this, because you use a very strong hash word describing the APP then, that they foolishly moved into the national government.
Absolutely.
Then. Good. So what can you say? Can your party be bold enough to suspend Kwankwanso and a whole lot of names he has mentioned and go to the polls in 2015?
If they find out that what he has said is anti-party and shouldn't have been said, it can happen.
But
you are making the mistake of believing that one person is more important or is so superior to the party.
So why,
you don't even remember that, look, within his cabinet, somebody will be more than desirous for him to be suspended, and he'll take over. And if he takes over, others will follow him.
Why was Governor Wamakko suspended in the first place?
No, I don't know the reasons. I'm not within the working committee, and it has not been made public, to the best of my knowledge, why he was suspended. But if he did not do anything that they felt he needed to be suspended, I don't think they would have just suspended him for suspension purpose. So because, I mean, the PD, it is not a one-man show. You see, it is not the one, they have a committee, and so they must have sat down, they must have discussed, and they found it like that. And in the same manner, they sat down, they discussed, and they said, look, we should recall him, and they did. Period. So it is not possible for you to say that, look, they didn't find anything. I mean, only a madman will just wake up one morning and say, look, you are suspended for not just cause.
But
and if they did the suspension
it does happen. That is why.
Look,
that is why.
If they did the suspension out of mistake, it's human and it is normal. And that's the right thing to do. To acknowledge that, look, we have made an error, recall him. And if it is that, look, he repented, they call him. Whatever the decision might have been in recalling him is the right thing to do.
Dr. Dogo,
you see, that is why we say that, look, there is where democracy is practiced. That doesn't happen in any other political party because others are supreme commanders.
Okay,
and you can't say no.
I have a couple of questions, just, you know,
ask
for you.
Any question.
Concerning the Governors Forum, I know that you have said that you do not support even the existence of that particular group, but it doesn't mean that the group doesn't exist, and it doesn't mean that they're not running their affairs, and they have the reasons for their own existence. You know, when all governors shed their party affiliations and are supposed to come together and, you know, look at a peer review and become a pressure group, whatever it is, they've decided that they were going to have a governors forum. Now, we understand that about 2 or how many years ago, when Bukola Saraki was going to go to the Senate and his tenure was going to be over, that it was just 14 governors in all, 7 governors and 7 deputy governors that decided who was going to be the next chairman. And unanimously, after they had agreed on the particular candidate, it was unanimously accepted by all. Now it's about 2 years after, or say 3 years after, since that particular unanimous consensus, and we're having elections, and 35 governors thought it fit, not with their deputies, governors themselves, thought it fit to be present at, is it an election or is it for the emergence of a chairman? Why do you think it was that important for them to be there?
Why it was important for them to be there?
Yes.
For the governors to be there?
Yes.
I've already stated up initio that the Governors Forum is more for self-aggrandizement, let me put it that way, and not necessarily for the national interest, because even if they were not there, the example you gave, what happened will have still happened, and it would have been more democratic. In fact, in the real sense of it, this is that is the aspect in politics, or in political science, you say democracy is a dictatorship of a few, in a way, because you can't take a decision and you impose it and you make it look as if it is not a decision. But what I'm trying to say here is this: by the time you look at this, isn't it? Ask this question: do the governors need to leave their respective states and have the meetings they have often? What is the cost to the Nigerian people? How much do they spend in traveling to Abuja all the times? How much does it cost the people that go with them? How much does it cost in terms of the time they will have spent in their respective states working for the people? So if you think that it is so important for them to be there,
I'm trying to bring